Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, I'm Jesse, and today we're going to be diving into this Dejah Thoris from Sideshow Collectibles. Now, there is something a little different about this video. From the time I filmed it, the unboxing, till now has been about 6 months, so this statue's actually been sitting open, and my thoughts have been changing over time from what I initially felt. Now, I don't usually do that, but see, the summer gets very busy at my job, and I have had no time to do anything. You might have noticed my videos became kind of sporadic. I missed a couple weeks. I felt so bad because it was such a habit to get videos done and to be on top of all this, and I do it as a labor of love because I absolutely love doing videos and connecting with the community and doing all that sort of thing. And I couldn't do it. I was just falling behind. I couldn't get them filmed. I couldn't get them edited. Meanwhile, toys have been piling up and I have statues unopened. But I decided to go back to the very first one that I had started and did not finish, and that was Dejah Thoris. Now, since the time of me originally opening her on the first intro, they did not release that PCS was doing a 1/3 version of her. Now, I do really like that version. I almost thought, geez, do I regret getting the little one? Because the big one looks awesome, but actually, I don't think I do. The big one's cool with her tied up and all. I'll put a picture of her up. The big one's very cool with her tied up and everything, but I really think this lounging pose, it just shows her power. This is the Princess of Mars. I think this is awesome, and I think all the pillows having different textures is very cool, and I think the way this crinkled up like sheet or throw, whatever it is, just crinkled all over, just really makes this statue look awesome. Especially all of her little chains that are real and hang all over the place. I think this statue is perfect, as close to perfect as you can get. The one things I find weird, and I don't know if this is everybody's, but her arm doesn't quite rest on the pillow the way it should, but I'm pretty sure that's from prototyping to production. Things don't always fit like they thought they were going to fit in the end. And I think that's one of the things that kind of got lost on this piece, because everything else almost goes exactly perfect except that. But I think this statue is awesome. It was very fun putting it together, and we'll go ahead and dive right into that. But I wanted to say in this new intro that expect more videos coming. I've got plenty of statues. I've got plenty of McFarlane's. We're probably going to skip a bunch of McFarlane's and just get up to date with what he has going on now, just because it'd be so much. And you guys already opened them all. You're enjoying them. Actually, I have to leave here soon. It's about 5 a.m. I got to run up to a Walmart because I know the Azrael Nightfall Batman armor is popping out everywhere, and we know this one Walmart has 3 of them, but they were not stocked, so I got to go check that out here in a minute. But I hope you enjoy this video. Sit back, enjoy this Dejah Thoris. She's from Dynamite's comic version of her, but I mean, you could really go all the way back to the John Carter novels. If you haven't read them, I highly suggest you do. They're very heartwarming. They're old as can be. They're like over 100 years old. And they are incredible sci-fi. But let's go ahead and dive into this, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, if you don't know, Dejah Thoris actually dates back to 1912 from the John Carter Barsoom novels. She's in A Princess from Mars, the very first book. It's a Virginian John Carter who goes in, well, I'll leave it vague, but he goes into this cave and ends up on Mars, out of his body basically, and basically goes through a huge adventure on Mars. Now, I know there's a movie that Disney made, but I've never seen the movie. I've only listened to the books in an audio format. They are very old. They're from about 1912, and then about every year after that. The language is completely different than how we speak nowadays, but they are excellent books. Now, I do know that this style of Dejah Thoris comes from the Dynamite comics, where Edgar Rice Burroughs' family actually tried to sue Dynamite over the riskiness of her dress. They said that, that she kind of looked like a prostitute. And the thing is, though, if you listen to the books, he explains how she's basically draped in nothing with her red skin, just gold bracelets and stuff like that. John Carter's almost basically naked too. The fantasy series, it's just excellent. The thing is Frank Frazetta actually did some covers for those books, obviously much later than when they came out, but Frank Frazetta actually basically created this whole amazing style of fantasy that we think of today as Barsoom and all those sort of things. If you've ever seen like the Swordsman of Mars painting, or even like his Conan paintings, I mean, they're gorgeous. But I wanted to get this open immediately. I know I've promised the Flashpoint Batman custom, but the problem is we have a cowl with silicone all over it, actually sitting on top of that box because it was perfect size. And when this came in the mail, you can see here it got banged up pretty hard. So I want to make sure whatever's in it is okay. So let's go ahead and let's get this beauty open. So you can actually see here are our instructions for putting the statue together. Now this is amazing because Sideshow usually doesn't give you any instructions at all. You have to just kind of guess at certain points, and you got to go back to their page and look at the prototype, and even then sometimes it's hard to do, but thank you for the instructions this time, Sideshow. We have something up here. We should see what that is before we take her out. Oh wow. So this is actually her base. Number 1254 at 2000, so there are quite a few of these out there. You can see it, some jewels inside the the rock or the ground, whatever this may be. Very nice, simple base. I mean, everything else is going to be the chair sitting on it. You can see this design that wraps the entirety of the base. Very cool. Did I? Alright, so this is our side that got bent a little bit, and that's a little scary because her head is right there, but she looks to be okay. Let's see here. Ooh, very red. We have her chair. Well, her blankets that sit on her chair. Alright, everything looks to be in excellent shape. Jeez. Look at that. Because it rests against her face. Or her head. They actually did a really good job with her face. Look at the gold in her her eye makeup. We have an actual little chain there, all of her hair. Alright, well, first things first. Oh my goodness. Now this is heavy as can be. Look at this. All these different textures on each pillow. I mean, this is nice. It would have been cool if these were actual fringe, because that's kind of scary how they hang down. Look at this stone. All the little cracks in it and everything. Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. So two areas actually go into our base. The other one just sits on top of it. So this will go just like that. She's actually going to face this way. So it's got a pretty good seal on there. All right. Next. All right, this is much lighter. Some blankets And a pillow. I don't think any two pillows on here are the same. No. I guess this would be in a time where there is no mass production though. And this is going to sit down here. Just like that. Wow. That's very cool. I like how the pillow overhangs the base a little bit. It's a very nice touch. Alright, so after placing the blanket, it's telling us we have this pillow. Geez, these are solid polystone. Yeah. Oh, these two pillows are sort of the same. Alright, so that's gonna go right on there like that. Wow, this is very cool. Makes me wonder if Sideshow will actually do a John Carter now. Alright, get ready. Look at the bottoms of her feet. How they're lighter. She's got these little bracelets that go around her ankles. It would have been cool if those were real, huh? Mm-hmm. So that they just draped on there. Pull from here. That's nice. That's very cool. That's literally just like toilet paper, like tissue. It's not bad though because it peels off nicely. Oh, wow. Look at all these little gold chains hanging. Wow, that's going to give a really good effect when she's sitting there. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Okay, she's got some over here. Wow, they did a really good job at her skin tone. You can see it's not just a one.
It looks better in person.
Yeah. It looks like skin. This skin tone is better than anything you'll see on Prime 1 too, because Prime 1 does a great skin tone, but when you see Wonder Woman, now I'm not just talking about Batman's mouths, because those are excellent, but when you see like Wonder Woman, her skin is like over exaggerated with texture. This has literally no texture, but like muscle and sinew areas where they protrude, and then, you know, just the paint on her. Very good. All right. Ah, she just goes on there perfectly. Wow. All right. Wow, they want you to put her head on before you put her body on. Maybe it's because her hair. Let's see here. No, I think you'd have to do it like that. Wow, she is very cool. These little tassels really don't leave much to the imagination, huh? The thing I will say is a statue. Oof. That works out perfect. But a statue that shows you a lot but doesn't give you everything is sometimes better than these anime ones where they're in these completely strange poses for them to be naked. You know, you could do them clothed and naked. Here, take a look at this pistol first. Texture and design all over it. Her nails are painted. It's very cool. And now she has this, and I do not actually see this on the instructions anywhere.
It goes somewhere over here.
I do not think
the picture.
I do not think she's exclusive. I think that does come with all of them. Because if she is exclusive, she would
It's
have
in
had
that corner. See?
a much smaller edition number. Yeah, it goes basically where we have it. Maybe like that. Oh no. Oof. You definitely want that in. You don't want that to accidentally get knocked off. It does not have an exact position where it like hooks in or magnets down or anything. But she is gorgeous for, see, Sideshow does women very, very well. We wanted Tarna, but she wasn't quite, it wasn't perfect enough. I'm sure they'll do Tarna again because we absolutely love heavy metal, and that's what's really cool is Dejah Thoris. This is like heavy metal when heavy metal first began, but now if you look into heavy metal, it's awful. Heavy metal went full woke. They hate their readers. They insult their readers. They put Tarna and armor up to her neck. I'm sure if they could, they'd even cover her cheeks, show even less skin. But then Sideshow does a statue where they show as much skin as possible. This thing is incredible. I'm very happy we went with getting her. I told Karen the moment she came out that we had to get her, and it was so weird because she came up first, Dejah Thoris, and then they changed it to a princess from Mars. I was wondering if something happened with licensing. I don't know. Maybe Edgar Rice Burroughs' family was upset again. I don't know, but let's see here. Oh, it is just perfect how that just hangs right down on her. Let's see how they kind of have her photo. Yeah. How one side it just kind of hangs how it naturally would. It's very nice. We'll have her with our Vampirella. So we have the old Vampirella where she's sitting on a large skull with her head back for the exclusive head. Never really used the normal one where her hair was all big, but the one with her head back, perfect. I actually dig the Lady Death that PCS Collectibles has done, the 1/3 scale Lady Death. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me go ahead and get her up on this spinning platform and you can see a 360 of her. So, now that you know my thoughts on her, I think she is absolutely gorgeous. It's an incredible statue. And I guess if you could call it mixed media, basically the polystone with the actual gold little chains is a perfect blend for this statue. And the crazy thing is these aren't just basically generic chains. They are very diverse in their links and everything. You can tell they were specially made for this statue. They're absolutely gorgeous. This thing is heavy though. It's all in the chair. Moving it on top of this was a bit of an ordeal, but it's perfect. And it's contained, but it's not. She's longer than she feels round, which is very cool. And she feels very royal because we're talking about the Princess of Mars. One of my favorite parts of this piece is actually the job they did on her skin tone. Now I know on camera it does not do her skin tone justice, but when you see this in person, they did just the right amount of flecking and layering and everything they could with her. Now some things I do think Sideshow messes up with sometimes, and I'm not sure if this is just because the factories they use, but when you have areas like where her underwear meets her skin or where her, say her fingers meet her gun, the paint could be a little better, obviously. But those are just in the smallest, tiniest of places. Now I've seen where Sideshow dropped the ball on like Mystique, and she just absolutely does not. Her pants bleed right into her skin. One thing I would say too is I know like her toe doesn't completely touch the pillow. It floats a little above it, and her arm floats a little above this, but I think it has to be that way. I don't think you'd be able to get it on easily if it didn't. It's not to be viewed from behind. When you see it from in front, it actually looks like her arm is pressing against the pillow. The pillow's patterns are, each one's almost unique except for two of them. That's just a very cool little detail. The basically metallic sheen they gave to some of the pillows. One thing I would like is this to have a definite place to sit. I think that'd be nice instead of it just free floating, just in case you were to ever bump into whatever you have her on. It wouldn't just wobble and possibly fall, breaking a little piece. But other than that, nothing sticks out too far. I mean, I really think one of the cool parts is that they did this just perfect where her hands, her fingers actually touch her head. That's a very cool little feature, I guess you could say. It's seamless. At least her hand isn't floating away from her face. I think the chains are my favorite part just because they look so natural and the way it just drapes off of her. It's a very cool feature. I think that's the best part, next to her skin tone, the way they painted her, and just the overall risque of the statue. I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I enjoy all the love and support you show me. I read all the comments and I try to get around to each of them. I'm very backlogged, but I will get around to your comment at some point. Thank you very much for tuning in and all the support. Please like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed it, because there will be other things coming. We will get around to that Flashpoint Batman now, I promise. But most of all, everyone, keep buying toys.